Yeah. Hello, hello. Yeah, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me. This is the international commentary. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our coverage, the first English commentary for the
Hoặc là anh Mai Biển sẽ give up ở đây. Và ngày hôm nay chúng ta có
In the second half of the event, the WCK 120K and 120K for dancing. Draw number 21.
we just came from that last hand, folks, and thank you for joining us for our international commentary for the Vietnamese Poker League. We are watching event number 18, the Megastack High Roller, and there's the current chip count. We did lose two players already coming in. Tom Duitai and Anthony Sierco of France have finished in 8th and 7th, respectively. So we have 6 players remaining to contest our prize. And we'll talk about the prize in just a few moments. Once again, my name is Noel Zarate, and we are watching our current chip leader right now with King Jack of suit. That is Fang from Chinese Taipei or from Taiwan. And of course, it's Fang Po Wen, who's amassed almost $500,000 already in career earnings. And he's coming in for a raise under the gun with King Jack off suit. Once again, our blinds are at 60,000, 120,000. We just came off a break. And now for Fang, who's sitting right now on about over 7 million in chips, does get called there by Mai Bien, one of the local heroes from Vietnam, and immediately an ace on the flop, ace 9-7 off suit. Two hearts as well. So nothing here for Fang. He's only got king high. However, he's going to be betting into the pot with 175,000. Gets a call here from Mai Bien, who's got top pair. You sense that Fang is going to be walking into a trap. Two of diamonds on the turn. That's going to give the check mark. to my bien. Now the question is, can Mai continue if Fang continues firing here? Of course, action right now on my bien. What's he gonna do? My bien. We're gonna talk about him in just a few moments. Of course, my bien from Vietnam, over 500,000 in career earnings and coming off a cash, three cashes this year, twice in Cambodia, or twice in Taiwan and once in Cambodia. So my bien's gonna take that pot down, plus 1 million to his stack. As you can see there, my bien at the bottom of the rung so far, 2.6 million, but we do have a lot of poker to play with the blinds at 60,000, 120,000. Fang losing a bit there, dropping to 6.4 million in chips. Alan Pham of Australia. We do have two Australians. We have Tan Win Meng coming in at 3.9 million. So two Australians and two Vietnamese players and one player from China in Chen Ming Kong. Now move on to the next hand. 89 players in this one. Hand number 14 of the final table. So with the 89 players, the total prize pool now going up to 5,179,800,000 Vietnamese dong, or in the avenue of about 212,380 US dollars. That is the total prize pool. And we have Fang right now in the big blind. No raise coming from Mai Bien, who's playing 8-7 offsuit. It looks like Fang is going to do the raising for him. It's raised to 400,000 at a quick fold coming from Mai Bien. Never a good idea to limp when it's folded to you. Just complete the small blind, susceptible to steals like that. Unless, of course, you do have the goods. So once again, with the 7 players remaining, let's take a look at the prize pool here. Everybody at this point guaranteed already, or 6 players remaining, everybody at this point guaranteed 270 million Vietnamese dong, or about 11,000 US dollars. 12 places got paid. Again, 89 entries total, with a buy-in of this event at a 60 million VND, or about 2,800 US dollars. Alan Pham, of course, was the chip leader heading into the final table. That's not the case anymore. He has dropped down to number 2 in terms of chips. And Fang in the small blind now, picking up Ace Queen, the chip leader from Taiwan, Fang Po Wen. Going to raise it up to 400,000. A bit of a hefty raise here, with the blinds at 60,000, 120,000. And for Kong, or Chen Meng Kong of China, he was victimized earlier by Fang. Not sure if he wants to strike back here with 9-6 offsuit. Taking a look at Chen right now. I'll play a time bank chip just to put a little pressure here on Fang, but little does he know, Fang actually does have a pretty decent starting hand, especially from the small blind, raising it up. With 9-6 offsuit, maybe can explore a call. That's exactly what he's thinking about. He's about 4 million right now in chips for about 33 big blinds. Once again, our screen is at a little smaller than usual. We're still working on the what we need to fix here on the stream, so we're glad to have you with us. So it is a call by Chen, and this is a big exploration. Now, King 10-6 on the flop, 2 diamonds. That's going to be a gut shot for Fang. Of course, a bottom pair and a 9 kicker now for Chen. Fang is going to continue with his gut shot, needing a jack to complete a straight, or a couple of diamonds to complete a backdoor flush. Now, remember earlier, Chen also had a pair of 6s, was ahead until the river when the board double paired, and could not continue on the big river bet by Fang. So he's going to make the call here with a pair of 6s. Now the board pairs kings. could give pause to both gentlemen here. Although Fang has been very, very aggressive. That's why he has amassed his chip stack of under 7 million. Was it 7.4 million just a few moments ago? So no diamond on the turn. Board pairs. I'll try one more time to take it down. Remember, that was a big raise he did from the small blind pre-flop. Like a 2.5x raise. Now he's bet 775,000. So he has barreled on every street. Pre-flop, on the flop, and now here on the turn. And if you're Chen, you're thinking probably, are my pocket sixes still good? Or my pair of sixes still good? He thinks so. And he's sticking around. Fang needs to catch a jack, a queen, or a 10. He's got a multitude of outs. Can one of them show up on the river? The river card is a 10. So once again, King, King, 10, 10. The sixes are counterfeited. This is ridiculous. Action now on Fang. Fang Po Wen. Looking to get his fourth cash of 2024. That's a lot of pressure. Bet to 2 million and a quick release there. Nice try by Chen, but the counterfeit is real. So that is going to make the gentleman from Taiwan go over the 7 million mark here at the final table of the Megastack High Roller event. This is event number 18. Again, this is, of course, the fourth day of competition as well here at the Vietnam Poker League. So you can see the cumulative winnings so far. Hu Dong Nguyen, or Nguyen Hu Dong, is actually the one who has gained the most. Now, Alan Pham under the gun with pocket jacks. Gentleman from Australia, Melbourne, Australia to be exact, 27-year-old. Traces his roots to Vietnam. His parents were from Vietnam and then they migrated to Australia. Alan Pham has gotten quite busy. Most of his cash is actually of late coming in Vietnam. But he has not had a single cash yet in 2024. He's guaranteed right now to win at least 11,000 US dollars by making it this deep. So from under the gun, the raise is going to be met with a call of big blind defense coming from Nguyen Hu Dong with King Jack offsuit. And here comes the flop, Ace 10 9, two spades. Not a flop that both gentlemen wanted to see, although this now gives Nguyen a gut shot straight draw. Pham with the jacks, one over card to his pocket pair. He's going to fire after it was checked to him by Nguyen Hu Dong. Now, Nguyen's going to buy this at least one street. We're going to see at least one street here. It all depends on what the action's going to be on the turn. But for now, oh, it's a check raise. How about that? I didn't see that coming. I thought it would be at least a call, but he checked the flop. Pham continued and now performs a check raise here with a gut shot. He's got king high. Pham's going to call. Now Pham is on the defensive here. What does the turn card bring? 7 of clubs. You can see the 8 outs required by Nguyen Hu Dong to officially get the check mark. But the way he played this on the flop would make Alan Pham think he might actually have an ace. So what does Nguyen do here on the turn on a brick? Continue firing. Bet is down to 800,000. Alan Pham, he does have a lot of chips behind. But after two streets of being barreled into, the Australian might think that he might be up against an ace. And he's going to let it go. Well played by the Vietnamese Nguyen Hu Dong. Nguyen Hu Dong, no stranger to tournament poker as well. Over 822,000 US dollars in career earnings. And he's already gotten a few more cashes this year. He got three in Cambodia in the WPT, and three here again in Vietnam just last February in the HSOP, including a win in the super high roller for 21,000 US dollars. So it's been a very busy start to the year, 2024, for Nguyen. Another fireworks hand about to erupt here. Let's see if anybody's gonna go up against Tan Win Heng. Carries the Australian flag. He's got ace 10 off suit and he's under the gun. He's known as Win Tan actually in Australia. And he has been very active in the Australian circuit until last year when he actually had a fourth place finish in the Superstar Challenge in USOP Da Nang. And followed that up with a cash in the 8 Max Survivor at the WPT Cambodia Championship. Uh-oh. He is going to run into a problem here, though, as the guy he was tormenting earlier now wakes up with aces. So from under the gun, a raise, and from UTG +1, a re-raise to 240,000. He's just going to call it. And the flop comes Queen 10 trade. This could be a problem here for Win Tan. Now he's going to check it. He's got middle pair against a pair of aces. Does not have a diamond draw. Does not have any form of draws. Now Chen sees two diamonds out there. He doesn't want his opponent to be buying a flush draw. So let's see what he does in terms of the bet sizing. And the bet is the 310,000. Wintan is going to check the turn card here. He's going to make the call. So this pot's getting a little big now. Pot size of 1.4 million. A third diamond comes out. Now Chen's got the ace of diamonds, so he's also improved to a backdoor flush draw. No help for Wintan. He's going to check. See what Chen does here. He's raised it twice, and his opponent, or he's raised it pre-flop. Oh, he just made the call pre-flop. All right, so it's just a bet call again here. And it goes check, check again. River card pairs the board, the queen of spades. So two queens now. Gives the check mark to Chen with aces and queens, 10 kicker. First act now, Win Tan. Our graphic, it says Tan Wing Heng, but it's actually Win Tan. He's been here before. He opens here for just 140,000. Pot at 1.4 million before that came in. So that smallish bet's gonna make Chen think about his aces. Of course, he's got to at least call here. Can't believe you fold aces on a paired board that has a flush, especially with that kind of a bet on the river. Gonna play a time bank card. I think calling on the flop or calling pre-flop disguised his hand, disguised the strength of his hand. But that queen on the river suddenly becomes a problem. Chen sitting on 2 million right now. Oh, he's going to raise it up. He does not believe his opponent has a queen, has a flush. It's the raise to 1 million. About 3.2 million behind for Win Tan. So that's going to be more than half his stack that Chen is asking for. That's too much heat for the Australian. And a big pot picked up there by Chen of China. Once again, the payouts, folks, everybody at that's lacking 3 zeros. Everybody at this point is guaranteed 270 million VND, or about 11,000 US dollars. Of course, the grand champion of the Megastack High Roller is going to take down 1.45 billion VND, or about 58,700 US dollars. As we move on here with our next hand, still six-handed here in the final table. So after all that fireworks, let's see if it can be sustained here by these players. Folded around now to Win Tan, who's picked up a pocket pair, though. It's a baby pocket pair with the pocket threes. Elects to call from the big blind after a raise from the hijack from Fang, the chip leader. Ace tray off suit. 10-8-5 to spades. No help for Fang. Win Tan is going to check his option as well. Queen of clubs comes out. I think this could be a check down looming. Now Fang's going to give it a shot. So first to bet in that instance was going to take down the pot. So Fang improves on his chip lead once again. Gonna get to look at the comments in just a few moments here as we set things up. Once again, my name is Noel Zarate. Thank you for joining us in our continuing coverage of the Megastack High Roller event. We will have 3 international coverages here. Of course, our friends from Vietnam have been doing a great job with the local commentary, talking about Harvey Chan, Logan, everybody else working very hard. And thank you for watching the English feed that we're having for the first time here today. And we will be broadcasting until we crown a champion of our Megastack High Roller event number 18 here in the VPL 2024. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. Don't be shy, folks. You can share your comments in the chat box that we have for you for the international commentary side of things. This is going to be a unraised blind versus blind. Is that going to be the case here? Is My Bien going to say that King Deuce might be a raising hand? Win Tan, or Tan right now, just limped the small blind and again pays the price. My Bien is going to steal it. Of course, for My Bien, we're talking about this guy from Vietnam. Boy, he has been very, very busy in 2023. Bunch of cashes as well, including a few first place finishes. To review what he has done so far in this 2023, he was able to pick up a bunch of second place finishes. He did have a first place finish in the Super High Roller 2-day event in the Asian Poker Championship. That was last August, as well as a Turbo Freeze Out win. My bien. Aces now for Chen. And he's doing this from under the gun. So made a raise to 250,000, which is about standard already with the blinds at 60,000, 120,000. Thing is, he's gonna get any customers. My bien. He's gonna give him some action here with a suited king queen, and Fang with 7 deuce does the squadouche. So everybody out of the way right now with this flop. Oh, bunch of diamonds. 763. No diamond in the holdings of My Bien. That went check, check, though. Now a nut flush for Chen. He already had the best hand pre-flop. And look at this. My Bien bets into him with air. You want to keep the fish wriggling on the hook. Is Chen just going to call here and disguise? Looks like he's done it. He's gone for the raise already. Yeah, if the opponent had like 8-5 of diamonds, then he'd be kicking himself for playing aces the way he did, checking on the flop. My Bien has the lowest stack, and he has just made a 3-bet to 900,000. He is going to be in big trouble here, bluffing at this point. King high on a board full of diamonds. Maybe My Bien can just make the flat call and let himself hang on the river. That's exactly what he's done. Excuse me. See what that river card brings. 4 of hearts. The board has paired. That's the only alarming side to that, because if My Bien had a set, the full house got there. Now, My Bien checks. I'm not quite sure if Chen can get any more value out of this, because he could get raised all in. And he does do the all in himself. Bad time to bluff for My Bien using the monochrome board. But his opponent actually had the nuts. So My Bien is now down to just 12 big blinds at 1.5 million in chips, with the blinds at 60,000, 120,000. We are working with 40-minute levels in this tournament, so he might still be able to see the light of day in the next hand. And in the meantime, we move to the 21st hand of our final table of this event number 18, the Megastack High Rollers. 60 million VND buy-in, or about 2,800 US dollars. 89 entries total, has bumped this up now to a prize pool of almost 5.2 billion. The winner actually gets almost 1.5 billion VND, or a little over 58,000 US dollars. Alan Pham from the hijack has made a raise with ace-8 offsuit. It looks like a 3-bet coming from Chen. We have not seen his cards yet. He got jack-9. Oh, he just made a call. And we're going to see a flop now. Ace-8-6. top two pairs now for Alan Pham of Australia. And some kind of a backdoor straight draw is left here for Chen. Fortuitous with aces earlier. Runs into a pair of aces now. And won't continue. So Alan Pham doing the small grind once again. Remember, he was the chip leader coming into the final table. But now second in chips behind Fan Po Chen of Chinese Taipei. Look at the VPIP, boy. Fan with the stack, and he is wielding it. So Fang Po Chen doing exactly what he needs to do when he has a stack that big. All right, Alan Pham now under the gun. He's got Queen Jack offsuit. He's been known to raise with this. Alan Pham, for the longest time, actually kept his Hendon Mob account a secret. But now, when he did keep it a secret, now it exposes how busy he was in 2023. That's at least 20 caches for Alan Pham just last year. Fang this time, the chip leader with ace four. So it could be a battle of the second in chips against the gentleman who sits atop the leaderboard. Fang decides to put in a raise. It's a hefty one, too. And this is coming from the dealer button, which means Fang's got position. Alan Pham now has to think about, does he want to play with Queen Jack off suit, speculating out of position? He will not. A good raise there by Fang. Again, we were talking about Alan Pham earlier. One of his biggest cashes, if not his biggest cash ever, was actually last May during the APT Summer Series in Hanoi, where he took down the Superstar event for a staggering 84,606 US dollars. That is his biggest win in his very young career. Remember, this guy's only 27 years old and has been a fixture at the final table in any event that we have done here in Vietnam. Got Tan now, another Australian. Ace Jack off suit makes a raise from under the gun once again. And they're picking it up from under the gun. And that's where the action is being triggered. And Nguyen Hu Dong, who's been quiet a bit, gentleman in the white jacket, now with King Queen of Hearts. He's in the small blind, decides to just call. Will this force Alan Pham into the pot? Wow, he's got pocket eights. Everybody's got something. See if Pham decides to raise this from the big blind. He just calls it. So it's a fit or fold situation here for Alan Pham. If he sees any aggression, and he is in the sandwich, by the way, so he's going to be second to act in this three-way pot. And an ace immediately on the flop. Ace, king, tray. Which is going to put Tan in an interesting situation here. Because he will see bet. And Nguyen's going to call. Or at least we think he's going to call. He might pull out something. Like he did a check raise earlier against Alan Pham. This time he just decides to call. Pham, seeing two of his worst enemies with pocket eights, gets rid of it. Turn card's a five of clubs. Another check here coming from Nguyen Hu Dong. Now the Australian, Tan. Jack is a pretty decent kicker, but he could be up against a bigger one. Wants to find out on this turn bet. 1.2 million in the middle already. That's a lot. $850,000. Sometimes people are stubborn and think that middle pair is still better, or the guy's just bluffing with Queen Jack or something like that. Or maybe a hand like King Jack. And sometimes players put themselves in the position to think that they're ahead. Well, what does your gut tell you, Mr. Nguyen? Is a pair of kings still good enough to call? He's going to use a time bank card to think about it. Looking at the stack sizes right now, 4.7 million for Nguyen Hu Dong, and just 1.4 million behind now for Tan. So you might want to give him credit and pick another spot later on. And the fold coming from Nguyen. So a fresh stack or a good replenishment of chips there for the Australian. As he is struggling to stay out of the bottom of the cellar right now. That distinction belongs to Mai Bien of Vietnam, sitting on 12 big blinds. And once again, he better thank his lucky stars that this is a BB ante tournament. There are still tournaments that don't do the BB ante. Everybody still brings in the ante. He would have been bleeding by now. Fang Po Chen of Taiwan still on top. Now Mai Bien has folded under the gun, which means he's on the big blind in the next hand. Fang the chip leader. Jack 10 off suit. Fires the raise from the hijack. Ace Queen though from Chen. He was bullied earlier. Is this now his opportunity to stab back at the gentleman from Taiwan? Raises to 250 and there are still people to pass. So he's going to 3-bet this. Three bet is to 700,000. And everybody has folded it back to the initial raiser, the chip leader, Fang. With Jack 10 now out of position. Over at the stack of his opponent, we can tell you how much he's got. He's in the avenue of about 3.8 million. Fang is at about 6.5 million. He will check it out. Little does he know, he does have live cards against the two overcards coming from Chen. So it's all on this flop right now, which is an ace 7-5. Boy, that ace has been very, very busy. No spades in the holding of Fang. He's got just the backdoor straight draws. Decides to check it. And Chen sees two spades out there. Pair of aces with the queen kicker. Remember, he raised it to 700,000. Pre-flop on the 3-bet. Now makes a smallish bet of 400,000. Don't know if Fang's going to stick around, but it does smell like he's trying to make his hand weaker than it actually seems. Oh, Fang is falling for it, though. Fang with an out-of-position float. Thinking he can catch a card that can make his opponent think. Now the 4 of diamonds comes out. 2 diamonds on the board. Now 2 flush draws on the board as well. Although officially, Chen gets the check mark. Well, what got there? A straight got there. Remember, he raised it from the hijack. So it could be a steal position. This bet's got to be a big one. That's big enough. And he just sort of showed the ace. So Chen from China, picking up a few chips as well. Let's talk about this gentleman from China, shall we? So we're talking about Chen Min Kong. who's amassed over 216,000 US dollars in career earnings, has not cashed yet in 2024, but he did pick up the new APF or the Asian Poker Festival, the new APF High Roller title just last December 9th in this city, Hanoi, for 72,683 US dollars or 1.7 billion VND. Chasing his first cash, and he's already got it by being here at the final table. 12 players got paid out of the 89 entries. We're down to the final six. And once again, at this point, everybody guaranteed a total of 270 million VND or about 11,000 US dollars. We got Nguyen Hu Dong with Big Slick, Ace King offsuit. Alan Pham, though, on the dealer buttons, got King Queen. He's going to at least make the call. Blinds get out of the way now. So Nguyen dominating Pham. The domination continues on the flop of 10-5-4. Two hearts. How about this? Nguyen, the initial raiser, decides to check. Pham is going to check behind. He's hit air so far. Six of clubs on the turn. Still, Nguyen checks. See if Pham makes a play at this. He decides to play cautiously and just check behind. River cards, a two of hearts, a flush got there, and a one card straight got there. Unfortunately, neither gentleman has any of those. Another check coming from Nguyen. Pham is going to give up. Showing both cards, Ace King, taking it down. Looks like we're heading to a break here, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, heading into this break, it is Fang Po Chen of Taiwan, still atop the leaderboard with 7.7 million in chips. We are still six-handed, down to 10 big blinds. Mai Bien of Vietnam. We will take this short break, and we will be back. All right, folks, back with us here at our continuing coverage of the final table, event number 18 of the Megastack High Roller event, the first of our three international commentary live streams. My name is Noel Zarate from the venue here, of course, Grand Loyal in Hanoi, Vietnam, one of the best, if not the best, card rooms in all of Asia. And we continue with our six-handed final table. We did have 89 entries. We had 8 to begin the final table. 2 gentlemen already eliminated, and under the gun as we continue the action, or make that from the hijack position, we have Nguyen Hu Dong, who's made a raise, and he's going to get a call, a big blind defense from our chip leader, Fang Po Chen of Taiwan. It's a paired board, and he's got an ace, but decides to check behind. Turn card's an 8. That board now becomes susceptible to the shenanigans of the chip leader. Action is on Fang, and here he comes. Board paired 7s, now a straight got there. And Nguyen knows it's a big blind defense. He's still going to stick around. That pot is now at 1.4 million. River cards at 10. So complete whiff here from Fang, but he did start the aggression on the turn. Let's see if he continues telling his story with this river card. I have to think that it was raised pre-flop. And just stuck along for the ride. Now here is the river bet coming from Fang. And how about that? Making ace king fold easily for the chip leader, Fang Po Chen. Again for Fang Po Chen. Or Fang Po Wen, I excuse myself. Fang Po Wen. Already with a few cashes this year. And got busy in the WSOP as well last year. And he finished 16th in the Millionaire Maker tournament for about 68,000 US dollars. And that is the biggest haul, one-day haul that he's had. Of course, he's had a few in Taiwan as well. And was the champion of the mini high roller event last August in the WPT Prime. Moving on now to hand number 27. Still 6 players remaining. Winton from Australia. Not interested in playing King 10 offsuit in the cutoff with the short stack to his left. My Bien on the dealer button. Only 1.1 million behind. He decides to go for it. He is all in. Or he just made a raise. Looks like he still left a few behind. But he's effectively all in. Leaves a few behind so he can play with them. So no callers. 7 deuce was shown by Chen. So for the moment, My Bien has gotten off the respirator. Payouts once again, folks. 270 million VND, or about 11,000. That's the guarantee already at this point. 11,000 US dollars. The next pay jump from there is to 340 million, or about 13,800 US dollars. So 2,800 jump from 6th place to 5th place. But again, the champion is going to take down 1.45 billion VND, or about 58,700 US dollars. This is event number 18, the Megastack High Roller. Hijack position. Tan's being chased by all these aces. So Win Tan from Australia. Ace-9 on the hijack. Short-handed table. Will not play it still. Fang on the dealer button. Pocket 3. Second time he's gotten that hand today. It's enough for a raise. From the guy who's got over 7 million in chips. Raises it up to 300,000. Our blinds, of course, at 150,000, 100,000, 150,000. Just a min raise gets it done. He's having a conversation there with Chen Ming Kong. They're the only ones who speak Mandarin at this table, by the way. We have 2 Australians, 2 Vietnamese, 1 player from Taiwan, and 1 player from China. So Fang talking about Fan Po Wen. In terms of finishes, he's got a bunch of first place finishes as well in his career. About 12 already. His last win came by taking down the Deep Stack Hyper Turbo in the USOP Taiwan just last January. Fang raising it up again, this time with Queen 10 offsuit. The table knows what's happening. He's got the big stack. He's wielding it. No one's got anything to push back with, for the moment at least. And again, a circle of folds. Back to Fang, who continues to build his twin towers of blue chips. Each blue chip, of course, worth 100,000. So he's got 2 towers worth already. Look at the pre-flop raise percentage, or the PFR percentage as we call it. 34% of every hand. That's like 1 out of every 3 deals. Fang is raising. And you can see from that graphic as well that Win Hu Dong, who actually has the most chips since the final table started, has been very tight, but he has always found a spot where he could be profitable. So 2 contrasting strategies. Folded down to the dealer button. Win's not going to do anything with 4 tray off, so it's down to the blinds. Alan Pham with 5-4 offsuit. Just decides to complete the small blind. Jack 5 now for Tan. So the 2 Australians going at it here. Jack 5 suited against 5-4. Flop comes King, Queen, Deuce. 2 clubs. Pham will check. Tan's already ahead because of Jack High. Checks behind. Turn card pairs the board, queens. Pham might get a little frisky when that board pairs. Here he comes. There are no draws for Tan. So that was the situation again. First to bet takes it down. Unraised, blind versus blind. Still 6-handed here, folks. We started out with 89 entries. And the buy-in was at 60 million VND, or about 2,800 US dollars. Pretty good field, actually, to begin the day. We actually did not get to the final table last night. It was down to 14 players when the tournament continued this afternoon. And if you're in the Hanoi area, Grand Loyal is just at the heart of the city. Great poker action. You can go check it out. Hey, Ray is here. Gotta love the commentary. Thank you very much. Ray from Malaysia is taking in the action right now on the YouTube channel. Okay, we're gonna see some fireworks here. My Bien has gone all in. Alan Pham with the call from the dealer button. After he made a raise, My Bien decided to go for it. And My Bien is now gonna need an ace, otherwise he will be our sixth placer. Pocket queens for Alan Pham. And the flop is an ace on the window. So possible double up here. Alan Pham needing one of the two, or only the one remaining queen, because one queen was folded. Does he get the case card? Seven of clubs on the turn. Alan Pham is already preparing what he's going to ship over to the side of My Bien. And the river card is the four of hearts, so a double up for My Bien with two pairs against the pocket queens of Alan Pham. There is a certain degree of luck required to run deep in these poker tournaments, and My Bien was able to spike the ace when he needed it. So Alan Pham's going to drop now from second place. See how big of a hit he took. Well, we see the graphic of the chip leaders in just a few moments. Here we go. 9 million for Fang Po Wen. And Alan Pham has now dropped all the way down to last place with only 2.1 million remaining. My Bien now a middling stack with 3 million. Alan Pham's down to 14 big blinds. 2.1 million. Our blinds, of course, at 100,000, 150,000. So with one hand, the fortunes have changed in this table. Gentleman in the big blind is still the chip leader, Fang Po Wen. My Bien in the small blind now. Opts to just call. King 5 offsuit for Fang. Let's see if he puts pressure on Mai again. He did this already to him earlier. When Mai completed the small blind, he came in for a raise. And here he goes again, doing the exact same thing. Fang Po Wen raises to 500,000. Oh, how about a call there coming from My Bien? Getting a little adventurous with King 4 offsuit, or King 4 of diamonds in the small blind. Flop comes 8-7-7. Starting to look like a chop if it runs out. Check for My Bien. I don't see him continuing here. He was trying to flop at least 2 diamonds. It didn't happen. And bully ball continues. So get a shot of where we are here at the Grand Loyal. There's actually 2 floors in this building. We got a bunch of tables all working for the VPL for the next 2 weeks. Tan has folded a few ace X's already. How about the first walk of our final table? Once again, everybody's still guaranteed 270 million Vietnamese dong, or about 11,000 US dollars. My name's Noel Zarate. I'm having a snack in between, guys. So if you catch no action or no commentary, means I just munched into this wonderful grilled cheese sandwich that just landed in front of me. Oh, the food here is actually phenomenal as well. Here at the Grand Loyal, they have two different menus here, and then you can order from either the restaurant here at the venue or outside. It's a completely different array of food. My bien is raised with 9-8 of diamonds. One of the hardest hands to fold in all of No Limit Hold'em. Excuse me. And his countryman, Nguyen Hu Dong, is going to give him some action with Queen 9 of clubs. And what a flop here for Nguyen. Ace, deuce, deuce, two clubs. Got the second nut flush draw, although the board has paired. He's checked it to the razor. My bien's going to continue. He's going to at least call now. The question is, does he raise? Talking about Nguyen. That's too big of a draw. He's done the check raise again. It's the third time we've seen him do it. All times on speculative hands. Now, Mai's got 9 high. He's got a backdoor flush draw. But he's still got 9 high. Is that a 4-bet or a 3-bet? He has determined his opponent does not have an ace. So he has actually committed more than half his stack now. And all in. All in coming from Nguyen. And a quick fold for Mai. He just squandered more than 2 million on a bluff. It's a good thing he's still got 1 million behind, but the bad news for Mai Bien is he's back at the bottom. As we look at the payouts once again, 1.4 billion, 1.45 billion to first place, or about 58,700 US dollars. Sixth place guaranteed 11,000. Bad time to pull off a bluff for Mai Bien. Hand 25. I think the hand 35. Another raise here from the chip leader, Fang Po Wen. And Nguyen might decide to give him some action here at the small blind. The raise was with king, or make that queen 6 of diamonds. Raise to 300,000. Ace 4 of diamonds for Nguyen in the small blind. Big blind gets out of the way. Flop comes 7, 5, 5, 2 hearts. We are going to go up we're going to have blinds up in just a few moments. It went check, check. Nguyen checks a second street. This time he's picked up a gut shot, but third heart comes off. Interesting that Nguyen is still going to. Oh, did he make a raise? Wow, he outplayed the chip leader that time. Well played. Fang's still the chip leader though, at 8.8 million. Win in second place now at 6.8 million. My Bien moved up to third or fourth place already earlier, but has now dropped down to sixth once again with just six big blinds. Alan Pham, 12 big blinds right above him. My Bien's got King 10 off suit. Now he's going to go for it. He's going to put it all in. Got lucky earlier against Alan Pham. It's now folded to Pham in the small blind. Pham asking for a count. He does have ace-6 off suit. Percentages say he's ahead, but My Bien's got live cards. One way to play this actually is just to put all his chips in as well, because he's got 12 big blinds. Might be able to scare the big blind away, so he gets the isolation. Again, there's still the big blind to pass. You can't flat. You know you can't flat. It's either he folds or he shoves. Alan Pham deep in thought in this one. I think he has the inkling he actually is ahead. It's one thing to know you're ahead, and it's another thing to pull the trigger. Alan Pham actually said he had a6. Too much of a gamble for him. As we take a look at the chip count right there. Pham down to 11 bigs. My Bien up to 9 bigs. Fang Po Wen has over 33% of the total chips in play. 89 entries. Prize pool almost 5.2 billion VND. Winner takes home 1.45 billion VND, or about 58,000 US dollars. Ken has not moved in ages. Finally, he does with King 10 suited. Successful heist. What happened? Successful heist. That's what it was. We continue with our coverage of the final table of the Megastack High Roller event here in the VPL 2024 from the Grand Loyal Poker Room or Grand Loyal Poker Club here in Hanoi, Vietnam. My name is Noel Zarate. Alan Pham down to 11 big blinds, got King 9 off suit in the cutoff. Stack is still pretty serviceable, so he decides not to pursue playing King 9. My Bien's got the chip leader beside him. He's got the shortest stack. And he goes all in with 10-6 offsuit, and now a count as Fang has ace deuce, and he makes the call. The only saving grace for my Bien is he's got live cards. 10-6 offsuit against ace deuce of diamonds. Can he get lucky again? He turned his ace four into a double up against pocket queens. This should be an easier job, but it all depends on the community cards. The first three hit the board. Queen, 8-5, rainbow. No help at all to my Bien. He needs a 10 or a 6. Turn card. As the 5 of diamonds, the board pairs down to a 10 or a 6. In fact, Fangs picked up the nut flush draw as well. Here's that river card. 3 of diamonds, that's going to be the nut flush for Fang Po Wen, and that's going to mean curtains for Mai Bien, who had already climbed to 4th place and had a badly timed bluff, ended up shoving, getting called, and he now finishes in 6th place. Mai Bien of Vietnam, 6th place for 270 million VND, or 11,000 US dollars. Top 5 players remain. Now everyone guaranteed 340 million Vietnamese dong, or 13,800 US dollars. 5-handed we go in the final table of the Megastack High Roller event here in the VPL.
Start 2 minutes
All right, the
for
chip leader now with a
6 minutes.
legit hand.
Please come back to the table.
Got pocket queens with the blinds here at 100,000, 150,000. Makes a big raise to 500,000. He lets you know if he's got it, right? And that's from the small blind. Doesn't care if he's only picking up the blinds, the big blind and the big blind ante. You know, plays big hands big. And look at the PFR percentage. Still in the 33% mark. Which really means 1 out of every 3 hands, Fan Po Wen, or Fang Po Wen, is making a raise. Once again, the action continues, folks. We do have a very busy day actually here in the VPL. This is 14th of March. So happening today, we have a few events. Satellite to the main. The main event actually tipped off already today. Day 1A is still ongoing. You have the micro main event also ongoing. Superstar Challenge, which we will give you the final table of tomorrow, is also on. And later on tonight, we'll have the Turbo NLH and another satellite to the main event. Busy day here at the Grand Loyal. Got a raise from Fang. Gets no customers once again, so he continues his tirade of this table. And he is now up to 11 million in chips. His closest pursuer, Nguyen Hu Dong of Vietnam, at 6.5 million in chips. So talk about separation. He's also almost got a 2-1 lead now over the second place. We're talking about Fang Po Wen. Looks like he's going to take a break right now with Queen Deuce. Ace Jack now for Chen Ming Kong of China. Making the raise, and from the small blind, a suited Jack 10 for Nguyen Hu Dong. Hard to lay this down. He calls it. Pham is out. So Alan Pham is now the new short stack at the table. King 10, 7, 2 hearts, which means Nguyen has taken the lead with middle pair. But a gut shot for Chen. So Nguyen is checked. Chen is checked behind. Turn card's the 8 of clubs. Both have now picked up straight draws. It's an up and down, though. It's a double gut shot for Chen. And Nguyen's got his gut shot needing a 9. Actually, both need a... Yeah, one needs a queen and a 9. Talking about Chen. You know, Nguyen's still ahead because he has a pair of 10s. So a bet by Chen is greeted with another call. River cards, the 4 of clubs. The back door got there for the clubs if there was a club draw. And once again, Nguyen checks. Pot size of 1.6 million. How big will the river bet of Chen have to be, or does he give up? He missed all the draws. He's got ace high. Reaching for a bunch of the blues. Could be a million. Bet is to 2 million. He's over bet the pot. Here's one of those way A, way B situations. If you're Nguyen Hu Dong, it's either you're way ahead or way behind with that kind of a bet. This will require a time bank card. A king beats him, a flush beats him, a straight beats him. He's only got a pair of 10s. Can he convince himself to make the call? He does have the check mark. But can he convince himself to make the call? Well played by Chen. Got the better hand to lay it down. Chen now continues his stranglehold, or has now taken over second place, rather, from Nguyen Hu Dong. So up to 6.5 million now. Chen Ming Kong of China and Nguyen Hu Dong of Vietnam down to 5.9 million. Alan Pham down to 9 big blinds. He's in the small blind now. Pham's got King 10 off suit. Might swing for the fences with this one. There he goes. And a fold with Jack 6 from his countryman Tan Win. Alan Pham with a little bit of breathing space. Now the two Australians are now at the bottom of the leaderboard. Tan Win with 13 big blinds. Alan Pham with 11 big blinds. But they are off the respirator, at least for the moment, because the blinds are not with them anymore. Oh, it appears that Tan actually has a small blind. Which means Fang is in the big blind. Five players remain, folks. Everyone at this point guaranteed 340 million VND or 13,800 USD. Raise coming from Win Hudong with King 10 off. Fang making the speculative call again with King 6 offsuit. Oh, he's hit the 6. A gut shot though for Nguyen. Fang checks. Ace Queen 6 on the board. Gut shot for Nguyen, and he will fire. Fang is gonna call because he does have bottom pair. There's an action card on the turn. It's not. It's the 5 of diamonds. See if Nguyen tries to take a free card. Tries to take a free river card. Or is he going to continue trying to bombard? Fang is going to let go. So well played there by Nguyen. And he has reclaimed second place now at 6.6 million. At the expense of the chip leader, Fang Po Wen, who's down to 10 million in chips. Check out the chat once again. You guys are free to chat or make the comments on who you're rooting for here and where you're watching us from anywhere in the world in our international stream for the BPL. Got 2 Australians, 1 Vietnamese player remaining, 1 Chinese player, and 1 player from Taiwan, who happens to be the chip leader. Alan Pham could not pull the trigger on A6 earlier. Now he's got A7. This time he's got a multitude of characters to pass. But with 11 bigs, he's just making a committing raise. And he's going to call no matter what. And it works. Payouts once again, folks. It was Pham Dui Tai who was our 8th place finisher, and Anthony Cierco, who's already won an event here in the VPL, finishing in 7th place. Of course, we just saw the demise of Mai Bien earlier, as everybody is now guaranteed 340 million VND, or about 13,800 USD. Noel Zarate once again bringing you the action from the final table of the Megastack High Roller event here in the Vietnam Poker League from the Grand Loyal Poker Room in Hanoi, Vietnam. Located at the 2nd and 3rd floors, the Grand Vista Hotel here in Hanoi. One of the nicest hotels you're ever gonna go to. If you do make a stop here, if you're already in Hanoi, why not check in on the action? You can still catch the night events that will be happening a little later on. Local time is 5:13 in the afternoon. Blind v blind again here. As Chen just opts to complete this. Oh, he makes a raise and it got called. And the flop is 2.54. So Chen's got a gut shot, needing a 6 and 2 pair already for Nguyen Hu Dong, who's looking very bored. He's trying his best to downplay the strength of his hand. He's got 2 pair. Makes a small continuation bet here, 300,000. Now Chen's probably going to look at 1 street. That looks more than just a call. That's a raise. So he's using Wynn's strategy against him. It's a check raise now to 700,000. Wynn's got bottom 2. But in the big blind, anything can happen. The guy could have 7-6 in the big blind. But you're not drawing dead to a straight. That's his mentality for making the call. Turn cards, the 10 of hearts. Still needing a 6. Chen from China. But he did start the aggression with a check raise. He will continue now. Pot now bloated all the way up to 2.5 million. Bet slightly higher at 750,000. Now, if you're in Win, you don't have the nuts for sure. The guy could have had 10-8. So it looks like he just calls, and the river card's a 9. That's a 1-card straight. Now check that. It's another straight that came up. Sorry, the 1-card straight would have been 7-6. That would have happened on the flop. So Chen's played this like a straight so far. And now showing concern that his straight might no longer be good. Because now Queen Jack is the nuts on this board. And the full house never showed up for Nguyen, although he does have the check mark. He doesn't know that the pair of 5s and the pair of 4s is good enough to take this down. Does Chen make one more play? You can see the action on the left side of your screens. That was a check raise on the flop and a barrel on the turn, and now action on the river. That's 2 time bank cards he's played. Chen's got 4.3 million, pretty much even with Nguyen. So the question, if he does go all in, look at the SPR, it's pretty close. 4 million in the pot, 4.3 million for Chen. If he goes all in, can Nguyen call? Because I don't think that if he does make a value bet at 4 million, he puts in $1 million. I think Nguyen still might call. But if he puts a lot of pressure, he's used his 3rd time bank card now. If he puts a lot of pressure by going all in, he's really doing his best to disguise he's got 7-6 when he's actually missed his straight. He's got 2 time bank cards left. Decides to check. Wynn's got showdown value here. He can just opt to check behind. He might get forced out of the hand if he does make a bet on the river. He still checks if he's got bottom two. He does. Thing is, being in the small blind, so he does decide to bet for value. Value bet is to 1.5. Not quite sure if I'm reading the positions correctly. Yes, they are correct. If he had actually checked, Chen would have been first to show, unless he auto mucks it. But this value bet now is going to make Chen use one of his two remaining time back cards. He can't call because he'll lose. If he shoves, the question is, look at the pot size though, 5.5 million. Nguyen is saying SPR1, I'm not folding. It's Chen who folds. That might be the turning point of the tournament for these two gentlemen. Because now Nguyen's going to take a huge leap and be just 1.6 million behind or 1.4 million behind the chip leader. And Chen, although he still has 4.3 million, is now at third place and a 2-1 underdog, or behind 2-1 against Nguyen. He has turned himself into a guy who's in contention of trying to topple the chip leader to being a middling stack. And with the ICM pressure about to mount, my question is moves on that hand. Under the gun now for Tan Nguyen. King Jack, he's got 2 million behind, 9 big blinds. Looks up at the clock and decides this is it. Well, just puts in a raise first, but it's one of those committing raises once again. Raise to 1 million. That's 5x. Our blinds are 100,000, 200,000. The 5x raise. And he gets it done. Once again, the pay jump from 5th place to 4th place is quite substantial. 5th place gets 340 million VND or 13,800 US dollars. 4th place gets 440 million VND. That's 100 million. And the gap of 100 million is about 4,000 US dollars. So the pay jumps are getting bigger as we go deeper. Of course, the champion is going to take down 1.45 billion VND or about 58,700 US dollars. So it's not about riding the pay ladder, really. It's about trying to get that first prize money. And whoever's going to topple Fang first. Win. Second in chips now with Queen Jack off suit on the dealer button. He's just decided to go all in. He's up against the two Australians who are the short stacks anyway. And you pity the position of the two Australians because they are between the two chip leaders. The PFR percentages, Fang's still up there, although he has sort of taking his foot off the accelerator for the moment, down to 29%, which means he's only raising in 3 out of every 10 hands. That's still a lot. How about Nguyen Hu Dong, who hardly does a PFR, hardly does a pre-flop raise, and yet he's second in chips. Alan Pham with another committing raise here. With King 7, his range is starting to get large. It's all in for Fang, though, with Ace Jack. It's live cards for Alan Pham. Ace Jack versus his King 7. So Alan Pham needs to catch a king or a 7, otherwise he's got to be out in 5th place. Well, let's see that flop. Flop comes Queen, Queen, Deuce. So far, so good for Ace Jack. Bad news for Pham. Still needing a king or a 7. He's got 6 outs. 6 clean outs, actually. Nobody folded any of the kings or the 7s. 4 of diamonds on the turn. Alan Pham's tournament life is now relying on hitting a king or a 7 on the river. Otherwise, he's out in 5th. River card's a 3. That's not going to do it. So Alan Pham of Australia is going to bust out in the 5th place. And he's going to take down 340 million VND, or 13,800 US dollars. That's not bad. The initial investment, however, was only 2,800 US dollars. Able to get it done. The chip leader once again. Phan Po Wen. So Phan Po Wen now up to 12 million. And now everybody is guaranteed a total of 440 million VND, or 17,800 US dollars, as we get into the deep waters of this one. 4 players remaining. And the final table of the Megastack High Roller event. We have 1 player from Australia. Oh, each country represented with 1. Actually, 1 player from Taiwan, who is our chip leader. 1 player from China, who's got pocket 10s now. Goes all in and gets the fold. What's that? An all in from Fang. Wow. All in from Fang, trying to bully Chen out of there, but Chen gets pocket 10s, makes the call. So Chen needs to avoid a king on this flop. Oh, a king on the window. King, ace, 8. Quick smile there coming from Chen. He can't believe it. How lucky is this guy? Needs to spike a 10 to stay in this competition. A queen now gives him more outs. 4 jacks and 2 10s. 6 outs on the river. Hits a jack, he hits a straight. See if he can get that on this river card. An ace. So that's going to be 2 pair kings and aces against 2 pair aces and 10s. And just like that, and back-to-back hands. Boy, Phan Po Wen has eliminated 2. And Chen is going to take down 440 million VND, or 17,800 US dollars. And now with the top 3, everyone is now guaranteed 600 million VND, and now 24,300 US dollars. Just like that, we were playing six-handed for a little over an hour, and suddenly we lose one, then we lose two back to back. And Tan Wing Heng, or Tan Win, has actually rode the pay ladder. He's just made a total of 7,000 more US dollars than he would have earlier by just sticking around with his short stack. Fang has now built a metropolis with his chips. There's a small metropolis of Nguyen. And you can guarantee that Fang is going to continue bulldozing the table until somebody stands up to him. But again, with this pay ladder, talk about the pay ladder here. Third place, again, as we mentioned, guaranteed 600 million VND, or 24,300 USD. Second place gets 900 million VND, or 36,500 US dollars. That's more than 12. That's about 12,000 US dollars more. We're talking about that pay jump. So if Tan can somehow survive and make it to heads up, that'll be an achievement in itself. Right now, Fang is just relentless. He's raising everything. This time he's got the goods. He's got ace king. And no one's going to do anything right now. Fang Po Wen back up on the PFR raise percentage. Oh, we got a few chatters here as well. We have Uchiha Sasuke. Good to hear your voice again, Noel. Thank you very much, sir. And from Bankwon Poker, hello, Noel. Thank you for sticking with us in our live stream. We got 3 players remaining here in the Megastack High Roller event. 89 entries, down to 3. Prize pool is ridiculous in this one. It's now up to 5,179,800,000 VND, or 212,380 US dollars. With the top 3 players now guaranteed 600,000 or 600 million VND, or 24,300 US dollars. We could be just around the corner from heads up, because Tan Win of Australia is down to 7 big blinds as we have a dealer change. Once again, we're at the beautiful, beautiful Grand Loyal Poker Club here in Hanoi, located within the premises of the Grand Vista Hotel. Great food, great people. I just want to give a big shout out to Nguyen Vu, the GM. You've been doing a great job here. And of course, the my co-commentators, Harvey, Logan, the rest of the guys. As Tan is now going to go for it here with Pocket Jacks. No other recourse. One look at how much he could be guaranteed versus how much he could make. If he makes it to heads up, another one of those committing raises. Lines are at 100,000, 200,000. Uh-oh. Fang with ace king. It's like the 4th time he's picked up ace king. Raised 800,000. Only 675,000 left behind. They're probably going to put him all in right now. That's going to be it. A coin flip for the tournament life of Tan from Australia. Fang Po Wen, Ace King, Tan, Pocket Jacks. Can he double up? Or can this gentleman make it heads up on this hand? First three community cards about to hit the board. An ace immediately. Ace, deuce, four. Boy, Wing would have had two pair. Just saying. So just two remaining jacks in the deck. Can he hit it? Turn cards an eight of spades. Tan is not getting up off his seat yet until the fifth community card is dealt, which is the four of hearts. Win would have had a full house, but the result here is Tan of Australia is out in third place, but still gives a thumbs up. Tan leaves with 600 million VND, or 24,300 US dollars, as we are now at heads up. And the final table of the Megastack High Roller. And this matchup will feature a gentleman from Vietnam by the name of Nguyen Hu Dong and a gentleman from Chinese Taipei, or from Taiwan, by the name of Fang Ho Wen. So we're going to take this break while we do the picture taking before heads up starts here at the Megastack High Roller of the Vietnam Poker League. Here we go, folks. From a field of 89 entries, we are down to the final two. And speaking of two, we got a pair of twos for Nguyen Hu Dong, who finds himself in heads up here against our chip leader, Fang Po Wen of Chinese Taipei or Taiwan. 9-4 off suit. No raise. He just decides to limp. There's the trophy that they're playing for right now. Flop is 8-5 tray. 3 overcards to the pocket pair of Nguyen, and absolutely nothing here for Fang. This is one of those first to bet situations. Gutsy stab here coming from Nguyen, and he will draw first blood in heads up. So now everyone, the two players are now guaranteed 900 million VND, or 36,500 US dollars thereabouts. And of course, the champion is going to make 22,000 plus US dollars more by winning 1.45 billion. So that is what's at stake here. Now take a look at the winnings of these two gentlemen. Yeah, Mr. Nguyen has actually got much more than that. Let's take a look at how much he's won in his career in terms of a first prize as we drive back into the action here. King Jack versus Pocket Fives. Could this be the turning point here? Just a call there coming from Nguyen. Remember, he is not in the PFR and the VPIP conversation. 8-7 tray, 2 hearts. Neither has a heart. Pocket 5 still holding. Nguyen opts to check. Fang is getting ready to load the gun. $450. Nguyen's got overcards. He can float and probably take the hand down on the turn, or he can just flat out fold. So taking a look at the highest win, highest bink or largest bink, the biggest cash prize that Fang Po Wen has won was last year, in June of 2023, by finishing 16th in the Moneymaker event, or the make that the Millionaire Maker event of the USOP, where he won 68,500 US dollars. Second biggest win he's gotten was finishing 13th in the Mystery Bounty tournament at the Win Summer Classic in 2023 as well. Now take a look at Hong's biggest haul in just a bit. So Nguyen Hu Dong, Queen 5 off suit, making the raise and making the call with the unsuited connectors. 10-9 is Fang. Flop King 4 deuce. Nothing for both. But position for Nguyen. So far, heads up has been favoring Nguyen. Now in Nguyen's career, his biggest cash prize was winning second way back in 2017 in the No Limit event at the Macau Poker Club in September 2017. Second place there got him 1,024,000 Hong Kong dollars, or 130,000 US dollars. And he also took down the APT Championships event in 2017, same year in the Philippines. That was in Manila, where he took down 91,600 US dollars. So if he goes on to win here today, that'll be the third highest in his career. Fang has raised with King 7 off. Suited 9-5 now for Nguyen. making the call. Ace Jack 9. Win has taken the lead by hitting his 9. And Fang will continue to barrel. There are two spades on the board, and Fang's got the king of spades. Win's gonna stay in with bottom pair and 5 kicker. And now he has 2 pairs. Win gets the check mark. There is no card that Fang can catch to give him the win here. And that 5 might look like a brick to Fang, but it had just completed the domination for Nguyen. And yet Fang is once again loading the rifle. Bet now the 1.2 million. Now, if you're Nguyen, you're looking at the 2 spades out there. Your opponent might be on a flush draw. If he has an ace, he's sticking around. So does Nguyen go over the top here and make the ace pay, or just make the call? He decided to make the raise. So the bet to 1.2 million, now a re-raise or raise to 3.2 million. And the chopping of the tree has begun for the gentleman from Vietnam. Lead no longer as large as it used to be, 16 million to 10 million. That's a disparity in chips right now. Just a 6 million lead for Fang, who once had a 2-1 lead over everybody at the table, but it was still six-handed. So Nguyen Hu Dong is making a comeback. In terms of wins, rather, Nguyen Hu Dong doesn't have as many as Fang. He does have a total of 7 career victories, including one just this year at the HSOP, or the Hanoi Series of Poker, by winning the super high roller event there for 21,779,000 US dollars. Pocket fives, this time for Nguyen. Fang with Jack Deuce. Facing that standard raise once again to 500,000. This time he jacks it up with Jack Deuce. 3-bet to 1.4 million. Nguyen has a very small pocket pair, but he has position. So he decides to call. Flop comes King, Queen, 5, 2 hearts. A set of fives for Nguyen. Fang was the pre-flop aggressor with a 3-bet. He's going to need running cards for a straight. Oh, Fang could be digging his grave right now. We could have a change of chip leader after this hand. It's a small bet, though, to 800,000. There are 2 hearts out there as well. Looks like it's just a call. Turn card brings the Jack of Hearts. And now that's a scare card for the set. Because if Fang was betting on the come with 2 hearts, he got there. Now he's got a Jack. And he's got a baby flush draw as well with a deuce, but that doesn't matter. Does Fang continue or does he slow down? He continues. That's still a set for Nguyen. A straight got there, a flush got there. You gotta hope that the board pairs now. In fact, the outs displayed at the top of the screen is for Fang. He's got 8 outs. Just a call now coming from Nguyen. This river card will dictate the fortune of this final table or this heads up match. It's an 8 of spades. Fang with a pair of jacks against a set of fives on a very, very wet board. The pot is now at 7.8 million. And now Fang glances at his opponent as he plays a time bank card. With the pot at 7.8 million, biggest pot of the tournament. Does he try to bet for value? Because if he does, chances are there's going to be a call. Time card number 2, very deliberately placed in front of the dealer. If you're Fang, you could think that your opponent might have a king or a queen already. Decides his opponent does not. He's correct. His opponent does not have a king or a queen. His opponent's got a set. But look at the pressure applied now. All in from Fang. Nguyen has a set. And he's got 3 time bank cards remaining. There's a straight out there. There's a flush out there. Remember that he got check raised pre-flop. You can see the action there. He got check raised pre-flop. And Fang has barreled every street. So he could have kings. He could have queens. Could have a better set. And there's a 1-chip call. Pair of jacks is going to lose to pocket fives. The set will prevail. And the wry smile on the face of Fang Po Wen, as now the fortunes have turned around completely at this table. Nguyen Hu Dong is the new chip leader. And not only is he the new chip leader, he is the massive chip leader. The pot was worth 20 million. You can't call it a misstep from Fang Po Wen. He stuck to his story. He was just up against a monster. You also have to remember the time a few years ago in the Philippines when Hernan Villa called an all-in when he also had a set of aces against what looked like a flush. That decision led to Villa winning the tournament. And could this decision lead to Nguyen taking down his 8th title in his career? Of the 8 titles Nguyen Hu Dong has won, 5 of them have been in Vietnam. The other 2 have been in the Philippines. So could he be just a few steps away? He's got a virtual 4-1 lead over Fang. And Fang's grind could be a long one or it could be a short one. Depends on how the hands have set up. Blinds are at 100,000, 200,000. Fang just calls with ace 3 offsuit. Nguyen has an option now with 10-7 off. Just like a wrecking ball, that little metropolis that Fang has built has now moved over to the side of Vietnam. Nguyen checks his option. King, king, queen. Two spades. No help for either. Ace high still holding for Fang. Fang already knows that his opponent might not have hit any of those. So C-bet's going to take it down. So his grind to regain chips has begun. The long, arduous climb back to the top. In terms of championships, of course, Fang Po Wen has won a lot. Got at least 15 titles, most of them in Taiwan. Took down a high roller event in the Philippines in 2022, and another one in Cambodia in the same year. Unraised once again. Ace Queen 7. Fang with 8 high checks, and Nguyen with King high bets takes it down.
Ladder 135, 250, and
So the question here is Nguyen has not been figuring, excuse me, in any of the VPIP stats, in the PFR stats. He's just been playing solid. Now the question is, does he continue just limping his small blind and allowing, some free flops for Fang when he should be going for the knockout punch because he was a 4-1 favorite since the turnaround of the chips. Fang is now card dead. So once again, Fang to about 25 big blinds at this point. Out sequence of events that led to that. A raise rooting for Alan Famba. Of course, that was earlier. Alan has been eliminated at the 5th place. So who are you rooting for between these two gentlemen? Obviously, the chip leader is from Vietnam, and Fang has decided to go all in. Has he? Oh, he just looks up at the clock. Now he's gone all in. 4.8 million all in. So that's a shipping range right now. He's got any ace. He's going for it. Look at that, 21 million to 5.7 million. If you were if you joined us earlier, stepped out, got yourself a snack, and came back and looked at this graphic, you probably think you're in the twilight zone. Because earlier it was like a very close match. It was a Fang up 16 million to 10 million, and in one hand, the fortunes have changed. Fang is first to act. I've not seen his cards yet, but he is making a raise. Uh oh. Queens for Nguyen. So whatever Fang's got in the dark, it better be better than what Nguyen's got, because Nguyen's gonna make a 3-bet. Ace deuce of hearts. Just decided to go for a small raise earlier. He shoved with ace deuce with his diamonds. He's decided to move all in and a quick call. Ace deuce of hearts against pocket queens. Remember, Alan Pham had pocket queens against ace 4 earlier and lost. Can Fang do it again, this time to win? So we're just waiting for the tournament dealer to confirm that there's an all-in and a call. And here come the 3 community cards called the flop. It is Jack 10-5. No help to Fang, who now needs any of the 3 remaining aces. Turn card. It's a deuce, giving him more outs now. He needs an ace or a deuce. 5 outs suddenly instead of 3. Will it come on the river? It will not. And we have a champion of the Megastack High Roller, a come from behind victory for Nguyen of Vietnam. Nguyen Hu Dong wins his 8th title and 2nd for 2024. And this time he picks up a cash prize that goes with it for 1.45 billion VND, or 58,700 US dollars, the 3rd largest haul in his career. And for Fang Po Wen, you'll have to settle for the 2nd place money of 900 million VND, or 36,500 US dollars. Not a bad payday as well for the guy who was almost a wire-to-wire chip leader at our final table. So it is Nguyen Hu Dong who takes down the Megastack High Roller event here in the VPL. Let's take a look at how it transpired in the final hand. On that flop, needing an ace, then picking up additional outs on the turn when a deuce came out. Yeah, we are looking at it once again. There it is. The deuce of clubs came out. Needing an ace or a deuce on the river to double up. When that river card was dealt, it was the 5 of diamonds, and that's all she wrote. So congratulations once again to the champion of the Megastack High Roller event, Nguyen Hu Dong of Vietnam, defeating Fang Po Wen of Taiwan in the final. My name is Noel Zarate. We will see you tomorrow for the finale of the Superstar Challenge here in the VPL. Good night, everyone.